Making summer plans? Vermont state parks are open and gearing up for summer fun. We're getting the scoop on the goings-on at a state park near you today on Across the Fence. Hello, Vermont. Did you know everyone in Vermont lives within a half hour or less from a state park? Vermont is home to 55 state parks, providing 2,200 campsites, many beaches, hundreds of miles of trails, and some of the best views in Vermont. And last year hosted more than 1 million visitors during official season. So what's going on this year and how can you get in on the action? That's what my guests today are here to talk about. Joining me are Nate McKeen, the Director of Vermont State Parks, and Danny Fitzko, the Commissioner of the Department of Forests, Parks, and Recreation. Nate McKeen and Danny Fitzko, welcome.
Thank you.
It's really nice to have you both here.
Appreciate it.
Did I get all of my facts and figures right?
You crushed it, pretty much. We have a photographer, well-known photographer in Vermont, who during our 100th anniversary celebration 2 years ago went around to every single state park and took some amazing photos. And he's been in Vermont for quite a while, but he's done photography all over the world. And he is just blown away by our park system. The size of it, what's available to folks, and the beauty. Mm-hmm. So Vermont, for such a small state, the park system is immense.
Yeah, the idea that we all live within a half an hour of a state park, I mean, that's really remarkable.
They are local parks,
yeah.
And everybody's got a local park.
Yeah, and I know that there's a fact and figure I did not give, which was about how many staff there are, because we're here in the summer season and you increase exponentially. How many?
We have 64 staff that are year-round, and then we bring on 450 seasonal staff to run our state parks. And we bring people from all over the country, and we say it's a great opportunity to come and try Vermont. And many of them come back year after year, and it's quite a lift to bring everybody on during the season. But it's fantastic that they come and they stay and they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Some additional facts that you didn't mention is recognizing the infrastructure that we have within our state park system. We have $280 million of infrastructure assets. On a busy weekend like July 4th, we have about 40,000 visitors at state parks. We are like a municipality in the state, and it's incredible. But no one really notices it because it's all over rural Vermont.
Yeah,
and across
in the
Vermont.
Republic of Vermont, we also have the Republic of State Parks.
We totally do. It takes a lot to keep it up.
I bet it does, okay.
Put a quick plug in for our seasonal staff. They come back every year, so many of them, and they just have such a breadth of life experiences and passion and dedication to the park system, and to really just serving the public and greeting the people and making sure the parks are
heart and soul.
They're amazing.
Okay, well, before we talk about using our park system, you wanted to talk about some specific developments, things that are happening this summer.
A few key updates. The Island Runner Ferry, which gets folks from Kilcare State Park out to Burton Island State Park, that was down at the end of last year, and it's going to be back up and running with 2 brand new engines, transmission, a new electronic system, thanks to our friends at the Shelton Shipyard. That'll be up and running on July 1st.
All right, okay. And how about at Mount Carmi?
Lake Carmi State Park.
Carmi, sorry.
Yep, we have, we're really trying to let folks know that that's the place to go this year. It's a very large campground. We have 155 campsites there and a nice day use area. And this year the lake is very clear and pristine looking because of an alum treatment that we did there last fall. I shouldn't say we, the town of Franklin did it with environmental conservation folks. And the results have been remarkable. It's kind of a well-known practice around the country, but it's one of the first times that's happened in Vermont. So if you're looking for a park to try this year, Lake Carmi is the place to be.
Nice. And then I also hear Mount Philo has got some improvements made for accessibility at the top of the mountain.
Yep, we've done a lot of work at the base of Mount Philo with the parking area and the trail up to the summit. This year we're going to be improving the pathways and sort of kind of the circulatory system of the summit there from the parking lot, getting folks down to the views, and then some improvements to the shelter up there at the top of Mount Philo. So it'll just be it's just such an incredible spot, and it'll be a little bit of an experience kind of moving around the summer, and that'll be happening in a few weeks.
Okay, that's the closest one to me, so I'm headed there. I've already been already once this season. Okay, so how about other fun things that are happening at the parks? Because there's a lot of great events too.
Yep, we have all of our park interpreters are together this week. They're learning from each other, sharing some practice programming, and it's our annual interpreter training, which is down at Camp Plymouth State Park. And they just do such an amazing job bringing the outdoor classroom to folks, and we know how different it is to learn in the outdoors. I just learned the day before yesterday or I was reminded the granite here in Vermont is over 1 billion years old.
Wow.
So if you're picking up a piece of granite and you're wondering about your daily stressors, and you think about that piece of granite, perspective. And we have Words in the Woods, thanks to our friends at the Vermont Humanities Council. They are sponsoring some poets and authors that come to state parks, and they take folks out into the woods or a peaceful setting, and they'll recite some poetry or share some words from their books.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And on top of that, I know there's opportunities to learn to fish. There's musical events. Basically, it's a good reason to go to the website, take a look, and stay on top of all the fun things that are happening at a park near you,
Let's Go Fishing program is going to be huge this year. If you want to learn how to fish, go to a state park.
Best place to do it. Yep. Okay. So without further ado, taking advantage of our park system, Danny, go.
All right. These are your parks. These are Vermonters' parks. I encourage you to get out there. Our job is to make them affordable and accessible for many Vermonters. This is their vacation destination. It is their hiking spot. It is their swimming hole. It is their waterfront property. It is their place to recharge. There are opportunities to have your family reunion, your wedding, your birthday parties. You can book a pavilion, or you can book a facility, or just bring a tent and hang out on the waterfront. So with 55 state parks, they all have their own flavors. So yes, you have your local one, but get out and explore. Nate's going to share with you all the different sort of pass opportunities we have. So take advantage of those and share feedback, because we want to hear what is your favorite activity, and we can continue to build on our lot of activities happening in state parks.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and pick up on that pitch, because she said pass opportunities. Go. Tell me about pass opportunities.
There's so many ways to get into the state parks. If you're over 62 and you're a Vermonter, you just go to your town clerk's office, get your Green Mountain passport, and that's your pass for day visits to any state park. We have vehicle passes that gets the whole vehicle load of people, up to 8 people, into the park with that sticker on your vehicle. We have 10 visit punch passes, individual passes. They're all affordable, and they're all available on our website. Yeah. We have some really important partners. One of the most important is Vermont Parks Forever Foundation. And last year, they stood up a pilot program through private donations, and we're continuing it again this year, where if you have a WIC card or an EBT card, that serves as your pass into the state park. And we surveyed the folks who had used the program last year, and the impact on those folks is profound. And for the folks who didn't use that program, it's because they didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the park system gets reimbursed for these visits through these private donors.
I think that's such a really fantastic program. I mean, it's this is what the entire point of the state park system is, national park system for that matter, is for the fact for all of us to be able to use it. So removing barriers to access and ensuring that everyone can get in, I think that's really laudable. Let's talk actually about reservations for campsites, because I think there have been some changes there too. And sometimes you hear there's certain parks, oh my gosh, you got to get a reservation in like right now. What do you think about that?
Yep, I'm glad you mentioned that. We have changed our policies a little bit this year, where you can make a same-day reservation. Day of when you want to go to the park, you can just go to the website and make a reservation. You can also make a one-night reservation, which is sort of new for us. And on our website, there's the Park Finder, and you can filter out where there are sites available by what you're looking to do, the experiences that you want, and also the sites that are available. And I do think it's a bit of a myth that the sites are always sold out. We always have some space. Yeah. So it's worth trying.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a big shout out to the website, because I do think that the Vermont State Parks website is an incredible asset. It's extremely easy to navigate. You can find everything. You can find hiking maps. You can find trail guides. I mean, you can find old newsletters if you wanted to go back and do a little historical research on the park system. It's really remarkable.
Sign up for a newsletter.
Yeah. Well, now and then back to, I want to go to the budget again, because it's stunning to me that the park system is this big, and yet the majority of the budget comes right through the gate.
Yes, 75% of our budget is coming through the gate. So that's admissions, that's our tents, camping, and rentals. We have to run it more like a business, because that's how we're getting our money in. But we don't want to run it like a business in the sense we're not about making profit. It's all about keeping it affordable. So when we're setting rates, people always are thinking about, we're thinking about, like, first thing is, like, how do we reduce expenses? But we don't want to dip into our customer service and what we offer, because that is really important to us. But we also recognize every dollar counts for Vermonters. So we really think about that. How do we keep things affordable for Vermonters, and how do we maintain that high quality of service, keeping our parks clean, safe, and welcoming? It's really quite a balance. So what we do is we look at other states and what they're offering. We look at other parks and what they're offering, and we really try and keep everything really low. This year the rates are not changing, which is great. We'll keep everything the same, and minor increases when we have to, and we do charge out-of-staters more money and try to keep it affordable for Vermonters.
And go ahead.
Well, we remind ourselves all the time that fundamentally, first and foremost, we're a public service.
Yeah.
And that's who we are. We're public servants.
Yeah, and you're also actually, there's a few things that are afoot in order to ensure that the rates are, that you have more nimbleness with setting rates, right?
Yeah, well, we do have a rule right now that's out for public comment, and the goal would be that the commissioner could set the rates. And the reason we're trying to pursue that is because when we have to go through rulemaking, it's a big effort, and it happens every 3 or 4 years. So then when we change the rates, it's a big jump. And we don't want that, have a big jump for people to, like, okay, what's this?
Predictability for people to be able to plan their vacation budget.
Slow increase. Another thing we're thinking about, like, we do have space, like midweek times, it's like we don't have as much camping happening. Are there opportunities for us to offer more promotions? Vermonters, come get a discount, come camp on a Wednesday.
Nice.
So we're really thinking about how to bring more people in. The more people we bring in, the less we have to charge everybody.
You are always thinking about how to get more people in. So are you ready to start planning your state park vacation? You can search for parks and events, make reservations for campsites, and find out all about rentals, activities, and amenities on the Vermont State Parks website. The link is right there on your screen. Nate and Danny, final question. What is your favorite state park activity?
I'm chilling by the campfire.
Paddling and camping.
Paddling and camping. I'm going to go with s'mores. There you go. And twilight stargazing. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
And as always, thank you, Vermont, for learning and exploring with me today. And thanks to the team that makes Across the Fence possible. I'm Amy Finley. This is Across the Fence. Come back and let's learn and explore again tomorrow.